So hi, welcome to Noise Podcast. We're with Josh from Stuck Out. We're going to ask him some questions today. I'm going to start. So what inspired the creation of the band, and what does the band name mean?
The start, so the band creation, we're all mates from high school. We all went to high school together, so we spent our weekends going to, each other's garages and just playing covers of different Fall Out Boy songs and
Taste.
Green Day
As you should.
and stuff like that, just jamming in each other's garages on the weekend, really. And then when we left school, we were like, let's try and make some of our own music for once. So we started writing our own songs and recorded a bit, and then we started getting proper gigs from it. And then so we wrote a couple more songs and recorded them and got bigger gigs, and it just kind of it never really started with us, wanting to, become a massive phenomenon, but and we're not a massive phenomenon, by the way.
Not yet.
But everything kind of snowballed into where we are at the moment, which I think it was nice because we are literally just four mates from high school who all just hung out, really.
Mm-hmm.
Solid.
So you went from playing covers in a garage to being signed to Sharp Tone. How did that come about?
Yeah. So we released a few tracks independently ourselves, which managed to get us some really good support slots with bands. At the start, we supported bands just at our local Melbourne shows, because obviously Australia is a bit different to America. We don't have, bands constantly coming through or anything like that. So when an international band comes over, it's a pretty big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But we supported bands like Cute Is What We Aim For and As It Is and Knuckle Puck and Real Friends in Rome and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just off us releasing, our own music like that. And then we signed to our Australian record label, Grayscale Records. And they, kind of pushed us up a whole step, and all of a sudden we were headlining our own tours around Australia and stuff like that. And then they're actually the ones that put us into contact with Sharp Tone, who we sent our music through to Sean at Sharp Tone. He said, I love this track. I love this EP that we're about to put out. And he was like, we'd love for you to come on board with the record label. If you're happy to do it, we're keen to do it. And we said, easy. It was just so easy, and so everything just worked out perfectly. Basically, it was a bit of a surreal thing. It's been a long process, I must say. I mean, we've been around for 5 years, so it's not, we didn't just write our first song and then all of a sudden everything's taken off. It's taken a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's certainly it started off as a bit of fun, and it's kind of kept that way the whole time. We've just managed to take small steps that has led to this kind of much bigger step.
Yeah, that's sick. I don't think you touched on the band name and the meaning behind it, if any.
The band name has absolutely no meaning behind it.
Okay, that's fair.
We were like, what do we call our band? And we were just trying to think of names, and we thought of you could pluck lyrics from other bands and stuff like that. And then one day it kind of got to the point where we were just over trying to think of a band name, and we were like, and someone said, oh, what about Stuck Out? And we were like, sounds good, nobody else has that band name, let's just roll with it.
Why not?
And so we've been stuck with it, and I think we don't really hate it, so it's a good enough band name for now.
Okay, good enough. Solid.
Yeah.
That's fair. So congrats on your upcoming EP, Lie Through Your Teeth. How do you feel the response to the EP so far to the people you've shown it to, since at the time of recording, it isn't quite out yet?
Yeah. So we've been sitting on this EP for a while because of this whole year. I mean, we recorded this back in February, right before COVID came to Australia, and we literally, I finished recording vocals on it the weekend before Australia went into lockdown. So we managed to time it perfectly somehow. But we've been sitting literally on this EP for the whole year, and it's finally coming out in December.
Congrats.
So yes, thank you. We've been able to show a lot of people, and so far we haven't had a bad reaction. I mean, this EP is the reason that we got signed to Sharp Tone, and all those guys said they dig it, and we got put on that. We've picked up an American booking agent with Sequel Music Group through it. They said they love it. So far, all the right people have said they like it.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard. I'm waiting to hear the first bad feedback where someone goes, "Oh, it's just another song." But so far, yeah, everyone that's heard it has had really positive vibes towards it, and they're very happy. I mean, we're so stoked with the sound of it. We think it's really kind of a amalgamation of everything we've tried to achieve. So we can't wait for everyone to hear it and see, what the general, public think as well, and all the fans.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We both got a chance to listen to it, and the whatever anti-piracy music player they have it on immediately loops the music, so it started looping again. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just listen to it again because it was that good. So
it was so good.
That's a positive review to add to the add to the
2 more.
Thank you. Good. Add it to the pile. Thank you so much.
Of course. So can you tell me a little about your writing process for the CP?
Yeah. So we went into this EP with a bit more idea of what we wanted. We really wanted, we kind of pride ourselves as a live performance band. We're really into our live shows and, full energy, 100%, go, aggression, power, all that kind of stuff. And we really like, we like physical audiences and stuff like that. So we kind of wanted to write songs that we could bring to the stage and everyone, would get into it and there'd be sweaty mosh pits and stuff like that. But we also obviously needed it to translate to a recording level as well. So we definitely went into the songwriting process with the idea of live music in mind, which obviously this year's kind of changed it.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, that's all right. So it's certainly a representation of what we want to sound like. In terms of the writing process, generally what happens is myself or Ian, the other guitarist, will come up with a riff or an idea or a chord progression or something. I'll record it out at my little home studio and smash that out and kind of just lengthen out the song. Write in MIDI drums or whatever and send it off to Lockie, our drummer, who will make it a lot better than what I make it. And then we'll just nitpick it. Basically, we'll say, I love this section, this is boring, we need to do a change up here because otherwise it's just too stagnant the whole time. Let's put a section that people can throw their arms around to and start a mosh pit if they want, that kind of stuff. So it's very much it is definitely a collaborative effort, and hopefully once we can finally play these songs to their full potential live, the crowds will really get involved and really get physically into it.
Definitely. Excited to see that. All right. So which song off this EP took the longest to write, and which one is your personal favorite?
I would say the one that was longest, it didn't necessarily take longest to write, but it's been around for the longest time, is Inverse, which is the first track. I wrote a demo of that about 2 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
That and Mindless, which is our first single out, I wrote about 2 years ago. And we had other singles that we liked more at the time anyway, so we recorded them and put them out. And then we kind of came back to it and we were like, oh, this is actually not, a bad song. And we did a lot of rewriting on it. Originally it had a completely different lyrics and melody and stuff like that, and we were like, it doesn't really suit the song, so we completely rewrote that for Inverse.
Wow.
And now it's definitely, I think I can speak for all the band when I say it's our collective favorite song that we're very keen to. It's going to be our next single out early December. So we just finished recording the music video for it, so we're very keen to finally release that, and hopefully everyone's into it because it's our favorite one.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
Taste. Yeah, it was my favorite off the EP too. I just want to put that out there. It was very good. Yeah.
Good, thank you.
So you brought up Mindless, and that has a feature with Michaela from yours truly. How did that come about?
We've been actually mates with yours truly for probably a couple of years now. So we did, way back when we released our last EP, we actually did a show swap with them. So we went up to Sydney and supported them on one of their release shows up there, and then they drove down to Melbourne and supported us on our release show down here. So we've known them since 2018, it must be, and we've been good mates since then. And every time they'll come on tour and stuff, and oops, there we go, we're back.
There you
go. They'll go on tour, and they stay at my place when they're in Melbourne, and we've gone on tour and we'll stay at Teddy's place when we're in Sydney and stuff like that. So it was very much we were kind of like, we really want like a feature because we think it would suit perfectly for this song. Who do we get? We are great mates with yours truly. Michaela has a 10 times better voice than I do, and she can sing like nothing else. So let's try and get her on. And it was just us getting mates on a track in it, and we're so stoked that they jumped on board with it.
All right, that's really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, solid. Can you tell me where your headspace was while creating this EP?
Yeah, last year was really good. It was a bit stressful because we kind of only released singles over the past couple of years, and so it was the first kind of big body of music. So I think we were definitely in the recording space. I feel like we started to overthink things a little, and we were a little stressed out. We were like, we need this to be good. We want it to be good for us, and we want it to be good for the fans and stuff like that. So it definitely got a little stressful, but we're very much a relatively laid back band in terms of, at the end of the day, whatever comes out. We're happy playing shows no matter what, and we just want to release music so that we can go out and tour. Basically, touring's our bread and butter. We love that. So we were like, let's get this out. Let's do the best possible record that we can with the time and the money that we can, and get it done so we can go out and tour again. It's completely changed, but we're stoked that it's finally going to be out. Touring looks like it might be coming back to Australia soon. We're kind of in a good place with COVID at the moment, so with fingers crossed. We're playing our first show since February in December. It's one of those sit down shows still, so there's still social distancing and stuff like that, but we're finally getting to a place where we can play gigs. And so I think that's really helped. This year's been a tough year for everyone for obvious reasons. So I think with live music coming back and all that, it's lifting everyone's headspace a bit from where we've been this year.
Yeah, I don't know so much about here, but at least it's going well in Australia. We're like still dying over here. I don't know.
I'm really feeling for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm really feeling for you guys.
We might not have shows back until, I don't know, like 2030 is about the trajectory right now.
Yeah.
What band or artist influences do you think you can hear the most on this EP?
Ooh. That's a good question. I think bands that influence us full stop are bands like Story So Far and Basement. But I think in this EP, it does get a little. Some of the songs get a little darker. So I kind of went back to a lot of old when I was trying to come up with ideas and stuff. I kind of went back to a lot of older bands like Nirvana and Foo Fighters to try and get some inspiration. So I think overall it is just a genuine punk rock record. We always get out. I always get inspiration from Story So Far. I don't think they've ever written a bad song. We love Basement because there's always so much power behind their songs, and they're such a physical band, and crowds get into them no matter what. So we try and pull off the catchiness of TSSF as well as the power of Basement, and split with that what you will. But yeah, we certainly didn't look at anyone and think, oh, let's try and create something like that. It was very much a sense of we're very happy and confident in our sound right now, so let's just try and make the best stuck out record that we can. And I think, yeah, as a whole, we got the poppy song, we've got aggressive song, we've got a darker song, we've got a fast-paced song. Like it's all the kind of areas that we pull from, really, as a whole.
Okay.
You guys definitely have your own sound. I wasn't trying to with that question be like, all right, which bands are you guys copying? It's just a fancy way of asking what are your inspirations.
Yeah.
It's all about inspiration, not imitation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. So this one's you super, super fast. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this EP in 3 words.
3 words. Aggressive, powerful, and I'm going to say catchy.
Catchy, yeah.
I thought you were going to say
definitely.
poppy, honestly.
Yeah, poppy.
Poppy, catchy.
Just put a slash.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Hyphenate. Poppy catchy.
Poppy catchy. It's a new genre.
So is there a certain feeling you want your listeners to have while going through the EP?
Sorry?
Is there a certain feeling you want your listeners to have while going through the EP?
I do want them to imagine it in a live setting. I want them to, learn the lyrics and think about screaming it live at a gig, singing along, jumping up and down, pushing each other around, stuff like that. I think it's definitely what we enjoy about music, and certainly, we love going to local gigs. We love going to massive gigs. So it's definitely one of those things for us where it's been frustrating not being able to play shows, but come in, listen to it. I hope what I do want is for people to get to the end, but like you said before, and go, you know what, I'm just going to listen to it again.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. They just go, I'm going to listen to it again. I'm going to breathe it all in again, and then maybe even a third time. Who knows? Add it to your playlist and listen each day.
Yeah, definitely.
So I know you keep on saying it's all about the live music, and you guys can obviously play some sort of shows in Australia, but is there a live stream on the horizon? Is that something you guys have at least talked about?
We have talked about it. There's no guarantee with this release show at the moment, unfortunately, but we've certainly talked about it because since joining Sharp Tone, a lot more international interest and fans and stuff like that have popped up along the way, and they've made their voices heard, which is very nice from them. But at the moment, we don't have any particular plans, particularly coming into Christmas and New Year's, and over here we're coming into summer holidays and you're going winter holidays kind of thing. So we're a bit all over the place at the moment with the whole release schedule, and then we go straight into summer holidays basically. But I think in the new year, maybe late February, we'll definitely be looking to, there'll definitely be new content. 100%. We're not slowing down in any means like that. We've got new music videos. We've got behind the scenes stuff. We've got some stripped back versions that we want to get out and stuff like that. So I think at some point we will, jump up on Instagram Live or something like that, and have a discussion about the EP with fans and play a couple of songs and stuff like that. But fingers crossed we can really connect online with you guys in the future.
Mm-hmm. And then at some point come to America so I can see you guys live.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly. We're that is our next step now for us is trying to the EU and USA are our goals.
Well, since every band under the sun will be touring once COVID is finally somewhat under control, it shouldn't be that hard to get on a bill, or at least I'd assume.
Yeah.
We fingers crossed. If we can afford the flights over, we'll be there.
Hell yeah.
Definitely. All right.
Not even the flights back, just the flights there.
Yeah, just the flights over. You'll figure it out when you get there.
We'll worry about that later. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So we know that this EP isn't even out yet, but are you guys working on anything else? Are you guys writing now? Are you sketching anything out for the future?
We're definitely writing. We've got lots of, demos laid down and pre-pros and tracks and stuff like that. Our plan is the next release is going to be a full-length album. We're aiming in the first half of next year. I mean, that's still tentative, but we're definitely writing lots and lots at the moment, and trying to get the best material out that we can for the next record. So yeah, we're certainly not sitting back and going, all right, that's out now, we can take a break. We're trying to get as much done as possible. Yeah.
All right. Definitely. I mean, you got the free time, so why not?
Yeah.
So where do you guys see the band in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, hopefully, we really want to have made some international tours and progress in that sense. We tend not to look too far ahead. We found there was a point in the band where we were like, yeah, we kind of hit a point where we were like, we really want to try and do this and push ourselves, and we got very serious. And we found when we got serious and we're like, oh, we need to do this in order to get big, we started not enjoying it. And we kind of got a bit sick of each other, and we got sick of the band, and it got very tiresome. And then we hit a point, and we were like, all right, let's just chill out. Whatever happens, if the band breaks up, the band breaks up. If we take the next step, we take the next step, whatever. And we found as soon as we relaxed and didn't try to push ourselves too much, things just started coming through the door, and everything was going right, and we were enjoying each other and the band a whole heap more. So I think as a band, we do have, and I think it's important for every band, you have small steps that you want to get to, but that will get you to the bigger picture. In 5 years, I'd love to be in the band as full-time work and touring nonstop and recording albums, every year, every second year kind of thing. But at the end of the day, you just got to be realistic. And I at this point, our next step is trying to get some international shows booked, touring. Would love to play some festivals over in the US or the UK and Europe and stuff like that. And then from there, who knows what's going to happen. We'll just have to we'll get to that point when we get to that point, basically.
Okay. Yeah. All right, sick. So for the last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music, if that's okay with you.
Of course.
Sick. So we're going to go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Even bigger boom.
All right. Do you guys have the KFC Zinger Stacker Burger?
I've never.
I don't think so, but I know what KFC is.
Yeah,
so.
I got one down the road.
I would have a KFC Zinger Stacker box with a Mountain Dew. So
Yes.
a Zinger Stacker burger is basically. Do you have Zinger burgers?
I've never heard of that.
I don't know what that is.
All right. It's basically like a hot and spicy fried chicken
Okay.
wing, whatever. So you have 2 of those in a burger with cheese and barbecue sauce and hot sauce down the bottom, and I think some mayo in the middle and lettuce and stuff. And it's like the best chicken burger you'll ever have. And it's from KFC. I know it's probably not the best chicken burger, but it's delicious.
It's death row. You're not gonna have to worry about it the next day. So it's okay.
Yeah, and then you get chips and a potato and gravy, and a Mountain Dew and some chicken wings, and that's it. That's what I'd have.
All
That sounds
well,
great.
You just made me hungry. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it is 9:00 at night here. So shit. If you could live in one fiction world for a week, where would you live?
A fictional world. Off the top of my head, I will say Harry Potter.
As you should. What house are you? Oh.
I want. Actually, no. I want to live in the MCU if I was a superhero, but otherwise, I'll go Harry Potter.
Okay. So.
And I'm in Hufflepuff.
As you should be. Best house. Yep. All right. Obviously. So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've actually spoken to has said it's the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Blue.
Any specific shade?
It sounded like a question.
I like a light pale steely blue.
Okay.
All right. Solid.
Yeah.
Interesting, but solid.
Yeah.
So as
It's
Glory said,
chilled. It's relaxed. You know, no pressure with it.
yeah,
Exactly. It's not in your face. It's just kind of like subtle.
It's there.
Exactly.
So as Glory said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything you would like to plug?
Our EP's out on December 18th. You can pre-order it. We've got vinyl. We've got merch bundles. Pre-order it all on sharptonerecords.com or something like that. Give it a listen on Spotify, and then check us out on our socials and let us know what you think.
Hell yeah. I shouldn't even look at that vinyl. I'm so fucking broke.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sitting down with us. This has been Josh from Stuck Out, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.